Race number 12 of the Gatorade Cup Series, season number 13, heads back to the Kansas Speedway for the first time in a long time. This is the American Ethanol 400 under lights here at the 1.5 mile Kansas Speedway. On pole for tonight's race, the 13 Anthony Hernandez comes in second in the point standings. Beside him in second, his home track, the 24 of Brett Sierra. Then in third place, it's Roman Fenway. Fourth place for Luke Rainey, and Riley Sampson, the 38, rounds at the top 5. Starting in sixth place, it's Jake Galloway. Seventh, we have Samet Oskin. Eli Bright, the 88, starts in eighth. They have Nathan Baird in ninth, and Logan Williams, the 47, rounds at the top 10. Back behind them, we have Cody Anderson, 95. Beside him, the 12 of Levi Shones. Then there's points leader Anson and Charbois starting 13th here tonight. And to his outside, Diglia Pez, also up there with points in the 34. Then we have TJ Hanley and Caden Lynn in the 37, along with Zachary DeLello in the 6 of Evan Hunter. Then there's Brandon Beal in the 18 of Jonathan Buford. Then we have Conrad Evans in the 81 of Max Rossi, third in the point standings. Then there's Jay Brando in the 14 of Marshall Burrell, along with Derek Hamill in the 00 of Baby Ruiz. Then there's Sebastian Kukulon and Nonigan Scott in the 66, along with Griffin Lynn in the 9 of Jeff Bright. Then there's Keegan Thompson and Riley Spurley-Tube, Scott Gregory in the 1, the 43 of Max Anderson, Gregory's teammate Code Luigi, Zidell in the 41 to his outside. Then we have Cresswell and McTrain, Jefferson and John Smith, and then rounding out the field, Colin Teague and Bronson Minnick starting back in the 41st and 42nd positions here tonight at the Kansas Speedway. The American Ethanol 400 about ready to go green. 41 laps of action here. Let's go on trackside for those famous words to fire these engines up. 42 engines come to life here at the Kansas Speedway in the Gatorade Cup Series, and its return to the Kansas Speedway. It's been a long time coming for these cars in this series to come back, but they are back under the lights. It's going to be a fun one. 41 laps here at the Kansas Speedway. The points oh so close. 11 races through with the season. The top 10 all with a shot to possibly take over the points lead after tonight, depending on how all the others do around them. The points are that close through 11 races. The 12th race will be complete here tonight at Kansas. Only 2 races remain before we get to the All-Star race, so it's win for some drivers to try and get into it as we come down to take the green flag. Second in points, Hernandez steps on the gas. We're going at the Kansas Speedway again. Wide behind them. To the outside, Jake Galloway. Inside, Eli Bright as they try to get through turns 3 and 4. They do off the corner. Lap 1, led by Anthony Hernandez. 5 bonus points there for the driver of the 13. Fenway, though, to the inside, using the draft to get to the bottom. Through turns 1 and 2, Fenway takes lead away. Oskin is second. Sierra down in line, looking for third. Hernandez slides up, gets sideways off the corner, but maintains the position to the inside. And here comes Oskin for lead on Fenway into turn 3. Fenway dominated the last time we were out at Iowa, leading the most laps, winning by 4 seconds. Looking to get another one here at the Kansas Speedway. Samet Oskin, however, who's out front to lead that lap, and here comes the hometown driver of Brett Sierra. Maybe not hometown, but the closest track, his home track for sure, looking to try and win it. It would be his first Gatorade Cup Series victory. Nathan Baird, 77 to the inside for the top spot. Cody Anderson and points leader Anson and Charbois coming with that 77. Charbois a little tight down low, had to lift. Baird gets out in front to clear. Behind them, still 3 wide, but still keeping it straight for now. Cody Anderson for the lead as Baird led that lap. Sierra dives top to bottom again behind the 95. Get to second there. There was a gap. He took that gap to the inside. Now he's looking to the inside. Cody Anderson for the lead. Big moves out of Brett Sierra. Gets him inside to the top spot here at Kansas. What a move from Brett Sierra there in the 24. Here comes Charbois to the inside, the 96. Anson trying to get there, but Sierra leads by half a car length. Off to turn 1 for Anson and Charbois out front. He saw second in points, get up there, Anthony Hernandez, and lead the first lap for 5 bonus points. Now Charbois wants to cancel out those 5 bonus points. He's doing it right now as he's out front. We had a car actually spin down the backstretch. It was Jake Galloway. Scott Gregory as well, but no yellow flag. They spun off So there was an incident there between those two, but we're still trucking on here at Kansas. Anson and Trouble at the points leader leads. Hunter moves to second. Burrow to third. Side by side, so 3 wide further back in the pack. To the inside, Nonigan Scott, Zachary DeLello. You have Caden Lynn, Jeff Bright moving to the front, Max Arison as well. Some names that start at the back of the field coming forward now as this pack continues to cycle out. Hunter trying to get low on Anson and Charlebois, but couldn't. Would also like to point out the fuel window here at the Kansas Speedway. Anywhere from about 24, 25 to 27, 28 laps is what these drivers can go. So they have to pay a little bit after halfway for fuel and tires. So a tank of Sunoco race fuel gets you a little over 25 laps in this 41 lap race. They will have to pit once. Nonigan Scott 66 to the inside, grabs second away from Evan Hunter. DeLello's going to move it to third with that move. Here comes Scott looking to the inside of Charlebois. The 96 holds him up for now. And look at the run for Jeff Bright. They were side by side in front. He gets a massive slingshot run to turn 1. Jeff will move to fourth as the battle for the lead is on. Scott inside of Charlebois off 2 and down the backstretch. Nonigan Scott making it work. 14 to Burrow will go 3 wide for third, bringing Max Arison with him. This is the unique thing about the Kansas Speedway. The middle lane can hold stationary for a decent bit. You know, it's not like that middle lane falls back a ton. As you can see, Buford and Sarah, they've been on the outside for, what, 5 laps now? But they've been able to maintain up inside the top 15. That's what happens here. You can maintain well. The bottom lane's still the preferred lane. You can make passes down there, but the middle can hang tough at points. Once we get later in the run especially, that inside can start checking up. The middle can start getting a little bit of an advantage. But also, it all depends on, if Charlebois actually try to use that apron to make him turn. The pack spreads out, and it's not as much if you're in the middle lane of falling to the back of the pack, but finding a way in line, like we just saw with Brett Sierra. He was on the outside, but found a way in line in the 24. It's not about cycling to the back of the pack. It's about just trying to hang tough in that middle until you can finally get clear to the bottom, as many of these drivers have been able to do, like John Buford as well in the 18. So very unique here at Kansas. It's a different type of cycle, but it's a really good cycle. It's not constant passing, but there's a good amount of it. Zachary DeLello leads the 10th lap of the American Ethanol 400. DeLello out in front, side by side to the inside, Cody Anderson, and here comes Code Luigi in the 42. As we've mentioned many times this season for Code Luigi, it has been feast or famine, 2 wins, but many finishes that have been poor, to say the least. And Code looking for one of those feast days, as he's down almost outside the top 20 in points. He has those 2 wins. They're very crucial towards his chase chances, but if he's not top 20, those 2 wins mean nothing for him. Look at Riley Cresswell, that car all over the place entering turn 1. Maybe got a little light right there, and John Smith moves by him to get to 4th. Colucci a little loose off the corner, had to check up. Smith has a run for that 3rd spot. Sierra's going to move back up to 5th with Jonathan Buford in the 18 in tow. Here comes Cody Anderson for the lead on Zachary DeLello, side by side off 4. The battle for 3rd, John Smith inside of Code Luigi as well. In the front 4, all 3 manufacturers are represented. A Toyota, two Chevys, and a Ford. A lot of manufacturers here at the front of the field currently. John Smith to the inside for the lead in the 4 car. Side by side with DeLello. Or excuse me, side by side with Cody Anderson. DeLello fading back on the outside in the 52. Cresswell. Caden Lynn. Here comes Max Rossi. Charlebois fading back on the outside 3 wide. To the inside, Luke Rinney coming back forward. Just behind teammate Riley Spurley-Tube. So those Penske cars making their way up. They're currently both inside the top 15. Top 10 is just in front of them, the 22 and the 2. Meanwhile, Jonathan Buford for Joe Gibbs Racing moves out in front in the 18 car. For 2nd place, Diaz trying to come back and get that points lead back, moving for 2nd. Sierra with him has never won in the Gatorade Cup Series. Cresswell, the 20, got tight down low, had to lift, check up. That's going to allow DeLello to get down in line in the 52. So move low on Cody Anderson possibly into turn 1. He didn't. He just kind of rode with that 95. He had a huge chance to get down in front of Cresswell, but didn't take it. Very shocking there. That's going to allow John Smith to actually get down the 4. And Smith with a cross under on Brett Sierra to turn 3. Cody Anderson also got down line. So right there, the 52 not taking that advantage. 2 cars got down. DeLello's still on the outside fading back now. Cresswell can move by Brett Sierra in the 24 car. As Yepes tries to run down Jonathan Buford. See that little split of the pack. That's about 12 cars here, then 13th on back trying to run them down as they get into that draft. And they will certainly, I believe, run them down. But guys back here that are fading back. Eli Bright, Ross McTran on the outside. Minnick trying to come up for a 4 starting spot. Same with Keegan Thompson. Evan Hunter's fade back in the 6 car. Jefferson is back here. Samet Oskin. Roman Fenway led early on. Anson Sharbaugh all the way back to 38th. Colin Teague and Conrad Evans back 39th and 40th. Then you obviously have Scott Gregory and Jake Galloway, who were involved in something off turn 2 and down the backstretch. Galloway might be off the pace or just doesn't have a draft. Might be the draft part, but they are catching Galloway for sure because they have drafters. Yepez moves out in front of the 34 as Buford's now up top 3 wide in the 18 car. John Smith to his inside. Sierra to his inside. That was close there. Smith almost misjudged that gap. He was trying to get behind the 18 and almost went up there and spun him out. For the lead, Riley Cresswell low on Yepez side by side. Cresswell inside the 20, Yepez outside in the 34. And pit stops are looming ahead for these drivers within the next 8 to 10 laps. We will see them on pit road for their full tank of Sunoco race fuel and Goodyear Eagles. Rossi, 3rd in points, moves up to 2nd. Could he possibly try and get to the points lead after the night's over? BP Ruiz in the 00 moves up to 2nd. Brett Seaver once again finding a way back down to the bottom and back up into the top 5. 24's hung around the top 5 all race long so far. We'll see if he can try and hold it up here for pit stops, make the right call on pit road to get him the track position he needs to win his first ever GCS race. Jonathan Buford, the veteran, wants something to go right this season. Maybe a win at Kansas is a way to turn this season around. And Riley Spurgeon looking for his 2nd win this season. Won at Michigan earlier on. He's moving 3 wide to the bottom and making some big moves through the pack. Look at that 22 car. For 30 goes on Buford. Some more big names come to the front. Jeff Bright and TJ Hanley. Those are 2 longtime veterans and champions. Hanley a little tight though as the 9 came down from him. Got arrow tight, but he'll get down. 20 laps to go next time by here at Kansas. So the American Ethanol 400 flying by, halfway done down the backstretch. And who will lead it halfway? It's either going to be Cresswell or Sierra. As they move into turns 3 and 4. Ruiz right now looking in 3rd, Smith in 4th, Spurley to 5th, just ahead of Jonathan Buford, Jeff Bright, and TJ Hanley. So the cream rising to the top right now. Some big names moving forward. Hanley, Bright, Buford, and Spurley to 4. 2nd, Ruiz low on Sierra. And barely got down to the inside, but couldn't get the power down because the tire wear, and Sierra's going to drive off the top to clear. Buford to the inside, the 18. Has help from Jeff Bright. They'll move on Smith and Spurley tube. Hanley will go low with them. Here comes Riley Sampson as well. As the front 3 try to get away. 3 wide behind. Yepez in the 34 falling back up top. And I believe I just saw the yellow flag. Yellow is out. This is going to be their pit stop under yellow. And it's a crash down the front stretch. Many cars involved. Rando is one of them. 3 that were in a heap. Zidell, Luigi, and Lynn. The leaders have not raced back to the yellow flag yet. Cresswell trying to get back in front. Sierra trying to beat Ruiz for 2nd. It's going to be Cresswell in front. Sierra in 2nd. Ruiz in 3rd. And now the field will have the chance to pit under the caution flag. So we will not see green flag pit stops. We're going to see yellow flag pit stops here at the Kansas Speedway. This pack already back here, single files. The front 5 had not taken the yellow. 6th on back did. So 6th on back going to have to catch up to these front 5. As these guys, I don't know if they're going to pass the pace car, just come down pit road this time. I'm Scott Gregory and these guys that don't pit yet. Pit road is open though, so they could if they wanted to. Looks like they might, so interesting call there. I would have gone around to get caught up. That's going to impact some of these drivers maybe who thought they were going to have clean entrances. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to put these guys kind of mid-pack now. Cresswell, look at all the damaged cars he's buying on pit road, 41. And look at where Zidell's going to be coming out. That's going to be right with, he's going to be at the front of the field probably just behind the pace car. Scott Gregory as well is going to be. So Cresswell 2 and away. There he goes in the 20. And look at, this is what 2 tires does though, right? You take 2 and now you're coming out with drivers that are still having to come into their pit stalls. And it's congestion on pit road. So Riley Cresswell and Brett Sierra going to be in a drag race. Who beats it off? It's going to be Sierra's pit crew to do it in the 24. So Brett Sierra's crew gets him out in front, but our race leaders are going to have lap cars to start behind because they came down pit road right behind the pace car. That's going to be interesting there. So it's going to be Sierra with the race lead. Let's go see what happened to Jake Galloway first. We're going to see what happened on the back stretch, then we're going to see what happened to bring out the yellow. This was middle of the pack, basically just around the 20th position. Jake Galloway in the middle. He sees a hole behind the 43 in front of the one of Scott Gregory. He's going to try and take it here off turn 2. He gets me Shones. Gregory gets me 10, so then they're 4 wide. Just contact made. Galloway goes for an uncontrolled spin down to the inside, and he keeps it out of the wall, goes through the grass, but keeps that car rolling. That right there probably cost him suspension damage, which had him slower, and no yellow call because he went off the racetrack. So with that out of the way, let's go see what happened to Brant the yellow. Some big names involved in our first caution flag here in Kansas. A lot of these drivers who are up towards the front faded back through the field. They're back now outside the top 30, outside the top 25. As they come off the corner, Max Rossi's up top. Lynn just kind of misjudges, gets up into him. They get down into Fenway, Zidell, and Charbonneau through the grass. Fenway gets away. These 4 of Randall, Luigi, Lynn, and Zidell all collide on the top side and get some massive damage. So the caution flag comes out for a crash towards the back of the field. These drivers are racing very aggressively. Looks like Lynn maybe misjudged Max Rossi, as maybe they had to get out of the gas. 36 tried to get behind him, and right there, down into Zidell, into Fenway, and to Anson and Charbonneau. Charbonneau drives through the grass, gets away, but these unfortunate 4, they are involved in it. So the yellow flag came out. Cresswell led us back. However, Sierra's pit crew gets the job done on pit road, leaving in front, but now they have lap cars to start behind, so this could be an interesting restart. Brett Sierra leads at the Kansas Speedway. Talk about an interesting scenario for these race leaders. They're going to have to start behind. Damaged car of Lynn, damaged car of Scott, or I guess Scott Gregory and Jake Galloway aren't really that damaged, especially Scott Gregory. Galloway might have some suspension issues, but the damaged cars we're going to have to focus on are Zidell and Lynn. So currently, Sierra leads, but he's 5th in line. Those are 4 cars. They're not lapped down. They are tail end of the lead lap currently. Cresswell is in 2nd, Ruiz in 3rd, Buford in 4th, Jeff Bright in 5th. They have TJ Hanley, Riley Spurley-Tube, Zachary DeLello, Nonigan Scott, and John Smith. That's the front 10. Inside the top 5, 2 Hendrick cars and 2 Joe Gibbs cars. The other one, Starcom's Bibby Ruiz. Pace car to pit road. Restart lap 28. Here we go. How is it going to go for these race leaders on this restart? Sierra going to get on the gas. We're back green at Kansas. And where do the lap cars go? The damaged cars go? Lynn already holding up the race leaders. Sierra doesn't want to get boxed, and he'll move low in the 36. But Cresswell moves low and might use the 1 as a pick. Cresswell to the lead in the 20. Some drivers getting held up by the 36. Jeff Bright, Nonigan Scott are few of them. Lynn almost down to John Smith. Jeff Bright really halted onto the apron for Ruiz. He's going to come down pit road. Oh, he hit Cody Anderson. How that was not a wreck, I don't know. We're still going for now. And look at this. Look at this congestion because of that. Ruiz having to come down pit road. He tried to get on the apron as far as he could. I don't know if he had a loose wheel or a flat tire or something, but some sort of issue. Cresswell and Buford clear the pack. It would look like a JGR 123. Galloway, those a lap down. Sierra's in 3rd, Hanley in 4th. 5th place is going to be Riley Spurley-Tube, Scott Gregory, again a lap car. Here comes Derek Hamill, John Smith, and Nonigan Scott moving low. Jeff Bright's got cleared traffic. Now Yepez is by, but look out, the pack is scattered because of Ruiz having to come down pit road. And look at this huge pack of cars. I'm sure what a lot of these drivers back here would like to see is them get by the damaged cars, and then a yellow comes out. Look at Cody Anderson, that damage on the 95, how that's hurting him. Yeah, these drivers back here would love to get by the damaged cars and then have a shot at it. Code Luigi is severely off the base on the 42. He's already 2 laps. Now we're going to catch him again if no yellow flag comes out. 10 to go at the line. Cresswell leads at the lap car buffer between he and 2nd place Hanley. 3 wide. For 3rd, Buford and Sierra are the lead lap cars. Scott Gregory on the outside is a lap car. This is where it starts to get interesting. We have lap cars up here now jumbling around these lead lap cars. That's the 11 and the 1. They are up to speed. They were just put back in that scenario because they came, if they would have gone around the pace car and then come down pit road, they would have been at the back of the pack. Since they came down pit road behind the pace car, that puts them on the tail of their lead lap. They could have passed the pace car before that. But right here, Galloway, that's his teammate from him. He doesn't want to pass him, I don't think, but mighty. Yeah, if he does, that's going to move TJ Hanley to the top spot in the 21. We still have Cole Luigi ahead in the 42. Nonigan Scott inside the top 5. Seaver fading back. His teammate Jeff Bright to the inside. DeLello and Yepes trying to latch on to make it 11 cars. Seidell's actually decently up to pace in that 4-1. Very shocked about that. Battle for the top 15. Hunter moves to 12th. Evans to 13th. Burrow to 14th. And Anton and Charbois up to 15th in the 96. Some names we haven't mentioned moving up. But a lot of these drivers back here would probably love a yellow flag. Did we already catch Cole Luigi or did he come down pit road? Oh, we already caught him. So look how slow that 42 is. Oh, he gets into Evans. The 8 to the apron, but saves it. Oh, but this is causing congestion again. Here comes Bros going around the outside and get a few spots off that. See if Code moves up and gives the bomb to Charbois right here. Charbois follows him up. He didn't move down, and Matt Oskin can move to the inside. But back up to the front, there is a huge battle. There are many cars under a blanket. Cresswell is pulled away. He has a lap car buffer. It's his teammate, Galloway, right now, playing nice for the organization. Oh, until then, it looks like he's trying to get the lap back. He'll get to the inside. Can he hold it down there? If he does, Nonigan Scott's got a nice run. Galloway, maybe, I think he lifted to let his teammate back in line, but them being like that, that punched a huge hole in there for Nonigan Scott to move up onto the bumper now, the 11. He has to dispose of Galloway quickly to have a shot at Riley Cresswell. Scott will move low on Galloway. Does Jake give it to him? No, he doesn't. Trying to fend off for the organization. At the line, 5 to go. Riley Cresswell leads it. Second place is the third car in line, Nonigan Scott. Lap car, Jake Galloway. In between, first and second. Scott this time might be able to get it. No. Galloway able to hold it in front. Buford in third. The front 3 are Toyotas. Hamill, the first Ford in fourth. The first Chevy. About for 6th Street teammates, Jeff Bright and Brett Sierra. 5 laps to go. 4 at the line. Cresswell has pulled away. Galloway doing a great job right now. Basically holding up the pack to let his teammate pull away and try and win. John Smith moved to 4th by Derek Hamill. Hamill's going to get down line 5th. Here comes TJ Henley trying to get whatever spots he can at the end. Riley Spurgeon as well on the 22 is just behind this. 4 to go. Look at these 4 Toyotas. Look at Galloway. He's just not getting through the corners. I'm not getting Scott. I am furious with Jake Galloway right now. He's a lap car. Move out of the way and let the leaders go and try and battle it. I don't care if that's a teammate that you're trying to protect. Move out of my way. And I'm sure there's probably going to be some heated words. With 3 to go right here after the race, if I'm Scott, Buford, Smith, Buford's had enough. He's going to go for a second, try to make it a JGR 1-2. But if I'm any of these lead lap cars that has been behind Jake Galloway, I am furious with the driver of the 11. Because you have to think that maybe he's done this on purpose. And look, they're going to catch Cole Luigi again. To the outside for Cresswell. Oh, he hits him! In the wall! They're wrecking at the front of the field! Buford gets away! The leader's been taken up by Cole Luigi! Oh, look out! Oh, no! Oh, my gosh! A terrible crash to end this race! Oh, no. The yellow is out. And cars are everywhere on the front stretch. The leader is Jonathan Buford. He's gonna win this race. There he is. Yellow is out. Buford wins. Scott's gonna be second. Third place is Brett Sierra, the 24. But my goodness. White flag for Jonathan Buford. But it was nothing like a normal ending here at Kansas. Well, I was thinking that maybe the biggest controversy of the race was going to be Jake Galloway protecting his teammate Riley Cresswell at the front. But it's going to end up being Cole Luigi getting into Riley Cresswell from the lead as Luigi was laps down. I think they're still trying to sort this out. Sierra, I think, finally got up to third. Jeff was trying to let him go, and he finally did. So they finally sorted that out. But this is a lot of torn up race cars for really no reason. Oh, man. What a call by Buford to pick the bottom there. To get around. Even though Code was on the bottom, he just knew he was going to slide up there. And Buford takes advantage. And he's going to win his first of the season here at Kansas. The veteran is going to get back to victory lane. Nonigan Scott close in second. Third place to Brett Sierra. What a great homecoming for him. Jeff Bright fourth. Another Missourian. 5th place to Spurley Tube. That's going to be a good points day. Hanley a good points day in 6th. Hamill. Cresswell still gets away in 8th, but obviously could have been a win for him here tonight. DeLello and Evans complete the top 10. What a dodge by Evans there to miss the crash. All these yards makers like Burl, Beal, Baird, Anderson, they're all around this crash, and they all missed it. Some even got damaged, but were able to drive away, so Hernandez might be able to keep the points lead, but there's only going to be about 24 cars that finish this race. As they come off 4, Jonathan Buford in the 18 is back to Gatorade Cup Series victory lane as he paces to the start-finish line. Jonathan Buford wins in a fiery finish here at the Kansas Speedway. Under the yellow flag, Buford gets it done, missing the lap car accident which ended this race. Code Luigi, the biggest influencer in this race, takes out race leader Riley Cresswell in the closing laps. Riley Cresswell trying to get protected by teammate Jake Galloway, but there was no protection at the front for Cresswell as they came off the corner. Luigi on the bottom, slides up, Cresswell in the gas, gets into him, into Jake Galloway, into John Smith, and right here, many of our race leaders are collected. Scott Gregory, a lap car to the apron. Look at Hanley. He got hit but still drove away. Hamill able to miss it all. But right here, this is where it starts to get ugly. As these cars are middle of the racetrack. Smith trying to get back going. Clobbered by Yepez. Smith then in an uncontrolled slide into Evan Hunter. Evans able to get low and miss it. But the hits are not done for all these drivers in this pack as they start to fly. And Eli Bright hits Smith again. Smith hit again by Bronson Minnick. And that 4, look at Kukulomp off the ground. Eli then backs into Hunter, and look at the rear end of that car lift off. Yepez upside down. Thompson hit. Anson and Trarbot hits Kukulon. You have cars up against the wall, Jefferson and Rando. You have a car to the inside. I think that's Luke Rennie in the 2. You have Fenway Logan Williams into Fenway. As these cars, there were so many involved in this one. The contact off the final corner, coming to 2 to go. Some get away, some don't. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your Pez upside down. There's Eli Bright up off the ground. That was ugly. There was nothing else to describe that but ugly. Look at this again. Contact. Buford, the only car ahead of the madness. Hanley gets some contact, gets away, and right here. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's also a hit. Oh my gosh. Disaster. That's really that's the only word you can really use to describe this. Let's look from a still camera at the front stretch. As you'll see it start up here by that Sunoco sign, top right of the screen. Right here. Hit. 1, 2. Look at Hunter's. He's out of control. Hard into the outside wall. Eli Bright slides through the grass. Look at how fast he's going as he hits Hunter. There's Luke. That's how he got his damage. Here comes Williams. He'll hit Fenway and others. Oh, Lynn hits Rando, and Kukulon's up off the ground. So it was still happening even after we thought it was over. This is a camera where you'll be able to see a little bit of it as well. A little bit far away, but John Smith just took some terrible crashes. Eli Bright. I mean, look at all the cars that missed it, though. That was Luke hitting Thompson right there. That was what we saw, obviously. But watch this 88 car, right? When he slides into the 6 of Evan Hunter and lifts the rear of the 88 up off the ground. So he's going to hit John Smith and go for a wild slide through the grass. So fast, he hits Hunter at basically 100 miles an hour and lifts that car up off the ground. And look at all these others flying in. Williams then going to get into Fenway. Lynn right there, and a lot of cars involved. Veteran Jonathan Buford, ahead of the madness, wins the American Ethanol 400 at the Kansas Speedway. Let's go see the finish results and the update points. Here's how they finished in the American Ethanol 400 at the Kansas Speedway. 2 caution flags tonight for 6 laps and 13 lead changes. 11 different drivers out in front today in this race. and it was the 18 of Jonathan Buford. Basically, right place, right time for the driver of the 18 as he misses the lap car shenanigans at the end. Wins the race under the yellow flag, leading 5 laps. Nonigan Scott, the 66, ends up in second, so close for him. Brett Sierra, a really good night at his home track, ends up in third. Him with Jeff Bright in fourth. And Riley Spriggs, the now new points leader, a top 5 for the 22, moves him into the points lead. TJ Henley gets a 6th after collecting some damage in that last crash. Derek Kimmel 7th. Riley Cresswell, the biggest heartbreak of the race, out in front, basically had the race in control. He had a lap car buffer. It was his teammate in between he and second place, whoever it was, and Cresswell was looking like he was going to get to victory lane. He led the most laps of 17 here tonight, but lap car of Koluigi gets into him, spins the 20 into the pack, and Cresswell luckily to get away with 8th. Look at that car didn't stall out. He still got a top 10, but nothing can heal the heartbreak he feels. DeLello 9th, and Evans, Conrad Evans, completes the top 10. Never really called the 8 car here tonight, but he got a top 10 out of it, missing that crash. A lot of names down here. Led some laps. Anthony Hernandez will lose the points lead. 20th place for him. Got some damage. Led a lap. It was the first one. However, for Hernandez, he's only 3 points behind Spurlitube, so it's still very, very close. 24 cars finished on the lead lap. A lot of these guys down here didn't finish running, as there was a lot of issues throughout, especially there at the end. A lot of these cars just couldn't finish it. See right there, a lot of cars. Let's now go see the point standings. As we head into the final race before the All-Star race, here are how the points are. It is still oh so close in the top 10. The top 10 separated by 90 points. Riley Spurlitube, the 22, now on top. That win at Michigan. 5 top 10s, 4 top 5s, the most of anyone, tied for the most this season. And Riley Spurlitube is on top. 3 up on Hernandez, who falls to second but still only 3 points behind. Max Rossi still in third. Max Anderson in fourth. And Anthony Charbonnet down to fifth in the 96. They have Nathan Baird in 6th place, Riley Cresswell in 7th, Yepez in 8th, Scott in 9th, and Jay Randall, the 53, completes the top 10. The top 7 in points within 40 points of each other, the top 10 within 90, so that is oh so close. 12 races into this Gatorade Cup Series season. It has been unbelievable how crazy this has been. How about Jeff Bright? Out of nowhere. I mean, Hendrick has not had a great season, but Jeff Bright is carrying the banner for that organization right now, up to 11th in points, 25 behind the top 10. So he's had 4 top 5s, 4 top 10s. So Jeff, when he's had a good day, it's been very, very good, and he's moved up in points to 11th. Now with a shot to try and make the chase. He still hasn't led a lap this season, but he's up there. 2 wild cards right now would be TJ Hanley and Roman Fenway. Hanley in 13th, Fenway in 15th, Burrell in 18th. In the 14, also within talks of the wild card, but one driver who you would think has to be a favorite for the wild card, but just hasn't had good runs as of late. Koluigi down to 26th in points now, ineligible for the wild card spot because he's not inside the top 20 in points. Jonathan Buford, name we also have to mention now for the wild card, up to 21st with the win, only 9 behind the top 20, so he can also get up there and try and get into the wild card spot. Thompson and Galway might need to do some more now as they've fallen in points. They've not had some great days as of late. Thompson and Galway down below the top 30 in points now. They might need multiple victories to try and get a wild card spot. So it's getting interesting. Smet Oskin, 29th, what can he do? You know, he's still pretty close to the top 20. So it's getting very interesting as we're nearing the midway point of the season and we're nearing the chase. So a lot of these drivers down here, Eli Bright, Cody Anderson, you know, Brett Sierra, Griffin Lynn, Conrad Evans, they'll all have to rely on getting into the All-Star race. Eli Bright's already in it. He's a past champion. Lynn's already in it. But drivers like Anderson, Sierra, Evans, Williams, DeLello, you know, they're going to need to either win this next race or race through the Open. It's going to be very interesting, very fun to watch that happen. But before we get to the All-Star race, race number 13, the final before that All-Star race, we go to the Rockingham Motor Speedway in the United Kingdom for the Aviva 500K. I will see you guys then.